Hey everybody, what's going on and welcome back to another YouTube video. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a YouTube video, but there's a reason for that. Currently, I'm actually working on a sports documentary. I'm not going to mention the player. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't know. You just have to wait to find out. But yeah, it's been taking up a bunch of my time. I've already put in about 21 hours into it and not even halfway done. So, but yeah, I'm excited about this next journey I'm going to do and making like documentaries, I think I like it. I really do enjoy editing and everything. But yeah, that'll probably be out by the end of next week. Look forward to that. And yeah, today's video, what we're doing is we're going to be jumping in and looking at the top 10 NFL quarterbacks, in my opinion, coming up this next season. So yeah, I'm going to try to get in depth a little bit, but not too much. So this is just gonna be my list. And drop in the comments or text me, your opinion, what you thought of my list. What would you change? Would you keep the same? Things like that. So without further ado, let's get right into it. In number one, I think 1 and 2 were interchangeable. But the reason I'm going to go with this player is just because they're kind of ascending in their career. And that is going to be Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes is right now, if you had to give me a choice, who would I pick? It would be Patrick Mahomes. Number two is Tom Brady, in my opinion. I mean, he's greatest quarterback of all time, but in terms of, I don't know, like I said, it really just does depend. Patrick Mahomes' arm is a lot stronger. I'm not Max Kellerman and saying Tom Brady is falling off a cliff, but he did put up a really good season last year. But in terms of age, I'm going Patrick Mahomes for my future, right? But like I said, 1 and 2 are interchangeable. Then an easy second, even though this is third, easy second is Josh Allen. If you don't have Josh Allen in your top 3, respectfully,
stay off the weed.
Absolutely incredible season last year. Really showed me that he's an elite quarterback. At the beginning of the season, I didn't really think he was an elite quarterback, and I still stand by that. At that time, he was not an elite quarterback, but this season he really elevated it to a different game, and he's in that top 4, top 5 list of elite quarterbacks in the NFL. Now you're probably like, oh, where's Aaron Rodgers? Where did Aaron Rodgers? So I'm gonna have Aaron Rodgers at 4. This might be a little bit difficult to understand, and I don't know if I'm going to explain it right, but Aaron Rodgers is really good at protecting the football, right? He was the MVP last year. I think he threw 46 touchdowns or 43. I believe it's 43 touchdowns to 5 or 6 interceptions, and that touchdown to interception ratio is amazing, right? He protected the ball. They went, I think, 13-3 or 14-2 in the regular season, and then choked in the playoffs, but his biggest attribute is his biggest flaw, right? Because he's so good at protecting the ball, right? That is his biggest flaw, meaning he doesn't want to force the ball. He doesn't want to try and risk those bigger plays. Of course he will do that, I'm not saying he doesn't do that, but that is his biggest attribute, is that he protects the ball too much. He doesn't take those risks that other quarterbacks take, and sure, they'll get intercepted, but those are the plays that you need to have down the stretch in order to win games. And the last couple of years in the playoffs, Aaron Rodgers has not taken those risks, and it has cost him trips to the Super Bowl. So still probably arguably the greatest quarterback talent I've seen behind Patrick Mahomes, because his arm talent is absolutely insane. He can throw the ball upside down and he can still throw it 40. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers, number 4. Now, this is where it starts to get a little bit tricky. At number 5, I'm going to go with, where is he? Matthew Stafford. Really good quarterback. He did have a little bit of trouble with interceptions last season, but still, I think, in my opinion, so I have top 5 quarterback. So I'm going to leave him there. And then at number 6, the only reason I have him at number 6 is because he got beat by the guy in front of him. Joe Burrow, my guy. Last season, when I did this, I put Joe Burrow, I think there was S tier, A tier, and then B tier. I put Joe Burrow at the very top of B tier, ahead of like a couple other quarterbacks, and everybody was grilling me. You were wrong. I was right. Let's go. But yeah, Joe Burrow. I even kind of want to put him ahead of Matthew Stafford. I'm not going to lie. I'm doing it. I would take Joe Burrow over Matthew Stafford. And the reason for that is because, and you're going to be like, oh, it's not a reason. Joe Burrow has that it factor in a quarterback. He has that it factor that Tom Brady has and Joe Montana has, right? It's that it factor in a quarterback that it's kind of hard to explain. In tough situations when they're down, he doesn't flinch. He stays cold. He stays composed, stays collected. He doesn't You don't see him losing himself. He also has that killer mentality that not a lot of quarterbacks have. Tom Brady has that killer mentality. Joe Burrow has that killer mentality. And I think one other guy on this list might have it, but Joe Burrow has all three, you know. So honestly, I'm going to switch that. I'm going to keep Joe Burrow at 5, Matthew Stafford at 6. Now at 7, personally, I think this guy is going to have it in for running for the MVP this season, and that's going to be Justin Herbert. This guy is insane. His rookie season, or his first 2 years in the season, so this is going to be his third season. Can't speak. His first 2 seasons in the NFL, he has some sort of record of like most passing yards and most touchdowns in the NFL. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not saying I'm right on that. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's something like that. He's absolutely spectacular. His arm talent is just as good, if not better, next to Patrick Mahomes. His mobility is also insane. Everyone says he forces the ball. He doesn't force the ball. You try and put the ball in a good spot, but you force it in right ways, right? And I think Justin Herbert could also ascend to top 6, taking over Matthew Stafford. Justin Herbert, absolutely great quarterback. I wish we could have it in Miami, but we pass on him. So, yeah. Then at number 8, I gotta take a look here to make sure I'm not missing anybody and I'm not getting flamed in the comments. Okay, at number 8, I'm gonna take Lamar Jackson. Personally, I would take Justin Herbert over Lamar, which is why I have Lamar at number 8. Lamar is coming off a very long off season, rehabilitation of time off, not taking hits, and I think he's gonna have a really good season. In my opinion, if we're gonna say, "Oh, you're crazy," Lamar has one of the best arms in the NFL, meaning he can throw the ball the furthest out of all of these. I don't think he can throw the ball further than Josh Allen, but Lamar has a really strong arm, and the way he throws the ball, he sits there and he just goes like this. He has a short motion, right? He doesn't use his legs as much to propel the ball. He doesn't use that torque, and he doesn't use that core as much as Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen do. But when you see him throw the ball, he just takes it and he goes, boom, and it's like 60 yards. So that's what I mean. But Lamar Jackson, insane. I think this season is going to be his MVP season. I don't think he's going to win it, but I think he's going to be right up there. He's going to be protecting the ball a lot more. Some things the Ravens are doing this season is the last season they went to more wideout. They went to more of a wideout offense when Joe Flacco was quarterback, and that is something that Lamar's strengths really aren't at the wideout. So what they're doing is they're going back to a wing offense. Is they're going to go more based on their tight ends and running backs. What they did in Lamar's, I think, either sophomore season. So look for an improvement in Lamar Jackson this next season. Anyways, that was a little too technical. But yeah, Lamar at 8. At number 9, Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm just kidding. At number 9, this might surprise you guys. I'm going to take Dak Prescott. Derek Carr. I kind of did shit on him a little bit last year, but it was very much deserved so. Because he just wasn't playing well, but last year he really did play well. I cannot lie. Good quarterback, great leader, great Christian man. I love him, big fan of him. Got a good arm, can also scramble, make smart plays in the pocket, has really good pocket awareness, doesn't really turn the ball over that much. And yeah, overall, I like Derek Carr. And yeah, at number 10, I'm going to take Russell Wilson. Almost said Russell Westbrook, but I'm going to take Russell Wilson. Last season, in terms of a quarterback standpoint and his own individual stats, he did have a pretty decent season, pretty good season, and he was somewhere up there in QBR rating, but it's just his team wasn't as good and he didn't have as many weapons. DK was his only primary weapon. His running backs were getting injured. His secondary was injured. He didn't have an offensive line. He's still a really good quarterback, but because his team wasn't as successful is why I have him down here at 10, but I could easily put him somewhere 7 or 6, so don't shit on me in the comments. But yeah, this is my top 10 list. Someone else you could argue for is Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson is someone that you can argue for, even though he hasn't played. I think if Deshaun Watson does play, he can take Derek Carr, and Derek Carr can go to 11. All these other quarterbacks kind of stink, and they're not really your top 10 quarterbacks. I think Dak Prescott could also be a quarterback that's in there as well. The only reason I don't have him in there is because the past couple of years, he's just a stat packer in my opinion. Still great quarterback, great leader, knows how to lead that offense. But in terms of all these quarterbacks, I would not take Dak Prescott over any of these quarterbacks, in my personal opinion. If you're looking for a more pocket passer, I would take Dak Prescott over Lamar Jackson. But in terms of overall being a quarterback, I'm taking Lamar any day over Dak Prescott. So if I were to add an 11, honestly, I would put Dak Prescott right at 11. Also, Deshaun hasn't been playing, like I said, so I'm not including him in this list. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my list. If you have anything you would change or tell me that I'm stupid for, just drop it in the comments below. Yeah, documentary is going to be coming out later next week, so I hope you guys really look forward to that, because I've put so much work into it and I'm really excited about it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.